Previewed with Adam and Jay.
I'm Adam!
And I'm Jay.
Today we're going to react, review, riff, and maybe recommend the whole of Game of Thrones. So yeah, now you guys might remember like, hey, wait a second, Adam, you said you never saw the show, you just read the books. And you're right, I did. But after Endgame, and Jay's like, the ending of the show's coming up in a couple weeks. It's gonna be like a cultural thing. And I was like, you're right, maybe I should binge the whole show.
You know how we like have a channel where we talk about pop culture and you are willingly not involving yourself in a huge touchstone of pop culture from this year? Maybe remedy that. And he actually listened to me.
And I did. I listened to you more and more as we keep going.
And also he was like, well, the books are different. I'm like, so then it shouldn't matter that you see the show if the books are different. It's not going to spoil the books because they're different.
And they're not. And hopefully I really now want to read the books because, like, I need a better ending. So here we go, guys. Spoilers are on. I assume the whole planet's watched and dropped their HBO subscription, even though there was like a couple of commercials.
So they spent 25 minutes being like, please
Oh,
don't
God.
leave.
Oh my God,
We're going to have good shows, we promise.
I mean,
To be fair, it looks like a pretty good lineup. They got some cool stuff coming.
I guess.
Watchmen show, I'm here for it.
It's okay.
It's probably going to be bad, but I don't care.
I mean, it's probably going to be bad. Okay, so Game of Thrones. Overall.
It was a truly whelming finale.
Oh God, I was
whelmed.
I was so whelmed. I could have been underwhelmed.
Yeah.
I was close to under, but not. I'm still firmly in the whelmed.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
Well, let's start with the positives.
Yeah.
The positives
Yes,
about last
absolutely.
night's episode. Honestly, the one redeeming aspect of the episode, and the one thing that actually kind of brings everything to a wrap up, Jon killing Dany.
Yeah, like the first 20 minutes.
I didn't see that coming.
I thought that was going to drag out.
At all.
That was really,
Because we all thought it was going to be Arya. We all thought it. And having Jon do it, and then the dragon just burning the throne, was like, oh, okay. I see what you're doing here. Like, this was all about a chair. This was all about a chair.
A stupid chair made out of swords.
A dumb sword chair, which is no way is it comfortable. And no one can sit upon the steaming pile of flaming mush. No one's going to fight over a mush chair.
Nope.
No one's going to do it.
Throwing a slag. The slag throne.
So from that aspect, I was like, okay, yeah.
Cool. Get her out of the way pretty early. And and Tyrion's speech was, like, I think the writers kind of like, hey, this is why she had an out of nowhere heel turn. Here, this is the work. I'm like, all right, sure, Tyrion. Like, all right, I see what you're doing.
You know what it is? I think Dany snapping, I think that they built the infrastructure. I think they got there. She had a lot of people in her corner, like kind of tempering her fury and kind of teaching her how to be a merciful leader. And it took her a long time to like learn that stuff. Dude, Khal Drogo put a whole bunch of this gold on her brother's head, and she just was like, he was a bad dragon.
He was.
Like, he was. I'm saying, like, she's seen some stuff and been like, she's burned a bunch of dudes. Like, but for me, I think it's just they didn't stick the landing to it. You know what I mean? It just kind of came out of nowhere. When it's like, if you just had enough flashbacks and, like, really set this up properly and it didn't come completely out of left field, I think it could have worked.
Maybe. The thing was, it was completely out of left field. Because even with Tyrion's speech, he's like, hey, she burned a whole bunch of bad people. And I was like, yeah, you're right. She killed a lot of the bad guys. And we're all like, yay, kill the bad guys. And this is the first time she's killed innocent people. Even the Tarleys, after the battle, like, I could see that might be a small stepping stone. But again, like, I see her point. Like, I gave them the choice to bend the knee, and they didn't. We're not taking prisoners. Like, yes, I wouldn't have done that. Jon wouldn't have done that. Tyrion didn't want her to do it. But it wasn't that. It was evil, but not that. It was not irredeemable.
Yeah,
what she did to King's Landing was irredeemable.
She cast a sentence and she swung the sword. You know what I mean? Like,
but there was no reason to do it.
I know.
There was no reason to do it. The populace didn't give her any reason to do it. And everyone said, hey, don't rule over a city of ashes. Whatever you do, don't burn the city. And she just did. She won and she just did. Now, if she just burned the Red Keep to go after Cersei,
Sure.
okay, I understand that. Sure. But she didn't. She just like, oh, there's like a mile between me on the wall and the Red Keep. Oh, I just burn everything between here and there. Well, now you gotta die. Now you die, now you gotta die. Oh, then out of nowhere, she's like, hey, we did a great job. We ruled, we won. Now it's time to take on the world.
Yeah.
At no point before that speech did she say anything about world conquest. It was just go get the Iron Throne and free some slaves. And she did those things, and then it's like, great! Today Westeros, tomorrow the world! Okay. Okay, sure, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Alright.
So, yeah.
Alright, so let's move, but so enough of the Dany turning evil and all that kind of boring stuff. It was kind of like, eh. Let's worry about our Starks now.
Okay.
Where are our main characters?
Our Starks.
Our Starks. How did they
Taking
end
stocks
up?
of our Starks.
Ah, yes, stocks of Starks. Alright,
Stark stock.
first off,
Stark stock watch.
I'm glad Jon killed Dany, because good for him, because he didn't do it with your greed. But, you know, he kind of maybe should have, but not really, because she kind of did it to herself. But Jon stepped up and did what he needed to do. Jon now has saved the planet twice.
Twice.
He saved humanity twice. In about 2 weeks.
This is the guy who's supposed to be our Lord of Light.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, the second coming. Like, the one who should be ruling us, because he's the good guy. He's the one in line.
Yeah. And Jon's ending, I think, out of all of them, in my opinion, the least... the ones that makes the most sense, but is the least satisfying.
Absolutely. Because it was forced upon him.
Yeah.
At no point did the other Starks kind of have like a, hey, Jon, so you got to take the Black again. But we all know you really want to go there, so wink, wink, we saved your butt. Well, yeah, good job. Haha. It was all like, I'm sorry we couldn't do anything else for you. We wanted to keep you alive. The Unsullied are sucked. Hey, Grey Worm, go fuck off and enjoy north of whatever the hell you're going. Screw you. You turn out to be a really bad character. But like, and then Jon wasn't like, thanks for keeping me alive. Oh, I'm going to Night's Watch. I see what you're doing. Nice play. Like, everyone seemed like, we're sorry we did this to you.
Yeah.
And even he was all like, well, I'm going to go back to the Wall. Oh, they my wilding friends. Yay. Well, I guess I go north of the Wall. At least, hey, there's Ghost. I'll pet him for the first time ever in the whole show. Okay, bye.
His ear also really hasn't healed at all.
Well, I mean, it got ripped off by the undead.
I know, I'm just saying, it was still pretty bloody. I was like, yo, that didn't scar at all?
It's
He's
only
been gone for a little bit.
I mean, well, long enough to grow a beard, so maybe it's been like maybe a month or so.
But he's probably been in the dungeon for a while.
A little bit, yeah. But like, it seemed like Jon's end was forced upon him. He didn't choose it.
Which is weirdly in his character.
Kind of.
The universe kind of happens to Jon Snow, not the other way around.
Which sucks, because he turned out to be the main character.
Yeah, he's cool.
And like, if they said, hey, you know, choose your leader, and they're like, you know what, we should choose Jon, because he's awesome, and then Jon's like, thank you,
but no.
But I keep telling you guys, I don't want this, and I really don't. If I'm the king, fine. Like, I choose this person.
I would be okay with Jon going to the Black Keep and him going north of the Wall with the wildlings if it was his choice.
Yes!
Like, if they had tried to make him king and he said no, he was like, I have committed treason against my queen. He was like, I need to go to the Black Watch. And they're like, we don't need the Black Watch anymore. He's like, no. Like, I will be Lord of the Black Keep. And then they go, okay. And then he pieces out. Then if there's a little more agency on his part, I'm okay with it.
Yes!
Yeah, I see your point now. I see your argument.
His ending was forced upon him. Alright, so there's Jon. Arya. Arya, you know, leading up to the last episode, like her arc in season 8 was pretty cool.
Yeah.
She offs the Night King. Amazing. Like, what did we say to the God of Death? Not today? Oh, I thought it was super cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was super cool.
Great.
And then she's like, I'm not really happy anymore. Like, she knocks boots with Gendry. Good job. And then, of course, he's all like, let's get married. And she's like, which sucked.
Dude, that broke
because,
my
like,
heart,
it really did.
Because he really meant it.
He really did.
He
really
meant
did.
it.
Oh, and he really does like her. And they just
what a heartfelt moment. Like,
yeah. Oh, it's that hurt.
Because if she was gonna end up with anyone, that it should be him.
But But then, and when she learns the lesson with the Hound in King's Landing,
That was good.
that was great. That was
The
great.
whole prophecy, though, of the 3 sets of eyes, though, doesn't make any sense to me anymore. And that's where I think some of this show kind of breaks down for me, is that they set out a lot of, like, interesting magic stuff. Like, she's supposed to kill, like, it's what, brown eyes, blue eyes, and then green eyes.
Yep.
And green eyes were like, oh, it's Cersei, and then it wasn't Cersei. I'm like, oh, she's going to kill Dany, and then she just bounces. She just is gone. Like, if anything, I would have liked to have less agency on Arya's part and give it over to Jon. You know what I mean? She was just like, nah, I'm a ship captain now. Bye. Like, sailing away. Wee. Yatta. Like, see ya.
Yeah, I'm all for Arya being a Ronin. Just wandering Westeros, just, being Batman.
You set a pattern, and you made it important, and then you just didn't do anything with it.
Yes. At no point leading up to that moment did Arya ever say, I want to travel the world.
What's the point of the Lord of Light? If you're going to set up all these prophecies and things like that, what's the point of having this flame god in this show if the only thing the flame god is really going to do is smoke kill a Baratheon and then light up a whole bunch of Rohan, not Riders of Rohan,
Dothraki.
the Dothraki,
Yeah.
that light up their swords so they can just rush out into blackness, which is the worst strategy of all time.
We'll get there.
But yeah, for me, I was just, there's so much prophecy and weight put into things that literally didn't matter in the end.
Nope.
Which really bums me out.
Yep.
And Arya is a big part of that for me.
Mhm.
She was just like,
I'm just gonna go adventure.
I'm gonna go west. The map doesn't show. I'm going to go. Okay. What?
What? No, she's gonna go.
When was that ever important to anyone?
It wasn't. But then she heard that, like, Frodo and the wizards are out there, so she's gonna go hang with the elves in the west. It's gonna be great. She sails off in the sunset. The music plays. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Okay.
Yeah. Sansa. Hey, Sansa. You got what you always wanted. All right. Wow. She just. At no point did she ever say why she didn't trust Dany. And she was right. But, like, it just seemed catty the whole time.
Yeah, it just felt petty.
And she never.
It felt just petty.
Yeah. She didn't, like, back up why I feel this way. And there were conversations. They were like, hey, what's going on? Why are you being so standoffish?
Why are you being mean to Dany?
And
She
she-
literally came here with her dragons to save us from the undead army.
Yep.
She's like, well, she wants the Red Keep. I'm like, well, that's her birthright, so...
Why are you so angry at her?
She wants to take out Cersei, who, like, ruined your life many, many times.
Mm-hmm.
Many times! Like, wowzers, bowsers, she ruined your life a bunch. And she wants to go get her, and you're like, I don't trust her. I'm like, I don't know what else she had to prove to you. She was just mad. She was just mad that Jon bent the knee.
Yeah.
Even though that's what he had to do.
That's what he had to do to save humanity. You're welcome, by the way. And Bran! Hey, Bran's alive. Rickon isn't, because he doesn't know how to run not in a straight line.
Bran
Bran.
is now our king.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Bran got the Iron Throne, everybody.
Well, not necessarily. He's more like
squeaky throne.
It's a squeaky wooden throne.
To quote my buddy Jason Spina, who said it last night, was the funniest comment of the night. We broke the wheel and got 2 instead.
2 of them. 2.5. There's one little one in the back. 2.5 wheels. Yeah. Bran is just the most antisocial, weird, why does the king look at me weird? Like, he's just socially awkward, and like, he's like a Vulcan. He's just no emotion.
I think for a good kingdom to have someone that wise on the throne, I think it makes sense. And I'm okay with Bran being on the throne. Because what else was Bran gonna do?
Bran's whole character arc in this whole show was get crippled, go north of the wall, learn some interesting plot points to tell people later, and then become bait.
Yeah.
That was it. A little bit better than Rickon, which was be in the show, run away, and then run in a straight line.
Just juke a little.
You needed
just a little juke. It's one arrow.
A foot to each side would have done it.
Hey,
would have done it.
The Starks are all pretty cool. They're not all winners. You know what I'm saying? Like
Nope.
It can't all be.
Nope.
Huh.
Oh boy. Okay, so what about moving on a little bit? Details. So the fates of the other characters, not
Yeah.
the Starks. For the most part, I really enjoyed where everybody else ended up.
Actually, yeah.
Like
But
they
he
did a,
covered the spread pretty
they
nicely.
did a really good job with all the other surviving secondary main characters.
Uh-huh.
Brienne being in charge of the Kingsguard.
Yeah.
Pod being a Kingsguard. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Sam being a maester, like head maester. Awesome.
Very
Totally
good.
deserved it.
Yeah.
Bronn being still around. I love Bronn. Bronn doesn't exist in the books after the third one, but he was there.
Oh, is he really?
Nope, he's kind of gone.
Oh, he's good. Well,
But-
you know what it is? You know what Bronn is? Bronn is like it's like they were gonna kill Aaron Paul's character in Breaking Bad.
That's right.
In
Yeah.
season 1, they're like, no, he's great.
Yeah.
I think they they
He
just
earned
brought
his
Bronn
spot.
on. I was like, no, he's awesome. I like him every
Yep.
time he's. Yep.
He's earned his spot.
I just like if they're gonna do a sideshow, they should if
Yes.
the Hound survived. Like Bronn and the Hound, I feel like would be a
Oh,
really
would've been amazing.
that would have been like a really good like one-off comic series,
Yeah.
like a good 6-month run of just like, oh, these two, why are they friends? Not sure, but they're gonna get into some hijinks.
Mm-hmm. Sir Davos is the master of ships, and he,
Yeah.
by the way, Davos best
Yeah.
character on the show.
Dude.
Best.
Oh, as
best
far as the
character
show goes,
on the show, because he's the wise everyman. I'm like, dude, I've seen a whole bunch of
Yeah.
stuff. Why is everyone talking about this? It's just this.
you know what? He's folksy Tyrion.
He is.
He's Tyrion without all of the vices.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you know why? Because he lost his fingers. He probably was like up to no good and was a smuggler, was kind of a bad dude, and then someone was like, "Hey, knock it off. I'm not gonna kill you, but I am gonna take your fingers." And he was like, "Fair point."
He does the Disney point now.
You know what this
He does
guy?
every-
Like literally, guy has learned his lessons. You know what I'm saying? He's the one person on the show is like, y'all actions have consequences, and Jamie's like, "Don't I know it, dude? Don't I know it?"
So all the secondary characters ended up in a great position. They did
Grey Worm took a turn in a way that.
I don't count him as a main character. Get
Yeah,
out of
but
here,
also
Grey Worm. Get out of
But Grey
here.
Worm's allowed to be bad. You know, he's been through a lot in his life.
Sure.
Like, and then the person he believed in turned out to be evil, and he was like, she's the only person I have any attachment to. Now what?
Well, also his Melisandre didn't need to die
No.
at all. That was a pointless death because like, oh, Cersei's evil. Yeah, we already knew that.
Well, but also, how did they get her when all those other people are in the water and around, and all the ships are sinking, and everyone's just like clawing to sea, and then they just like find this girl. Hey, how did they know she was important?
That's a good point.
And how did they find her? I just think there was like a huge melee. They were just there to sink ships. They weren't there to take prisoners. I don't know.
This special current that kind of dragged her
I
off to the
guess
side.
it just
I
seemed
don't
a
know.
little too convenient by half, but
A little? A lot. It was a lot. So who do you think would be a better ruler than Bran?
truthfully,
Yes.
it's the one character I really thought was going to come back,
Oh, really?
and my favorite character
All right.
in all of Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
Baelish.
Really?
Ooh, that little finger. What a stone cold pimp. Baelish. I loved Littlefinger, man. He was up to no good, but there was no. The thing about Baelish was that there was never any mistaking what he was going for. He was always like, I want the throne. I will do whatever it takes to get it.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be like, there's no beating around the bush. He's not lying to anyone. You can just see it in the glint in his eye what he's going for, and that's why Arya saw that and took him out. But I really thought he has all that stuff about like being spies and stuff, and I was like, maybe like he mentioned that he was like in the Assassin's Guild or had a connection to it
Oh,
at some
yeah,
point,
mhm.
and I was like, maybe it wasn't him that got killed. It was somebody else in a Baelish disguise. I don't know, but I feel like he's not dead. And I thought he was gonna come out of nowhere and be like, "What's up?" Like maybe he was on the throne for like a second and they murked him, and then so.
Well, that was the thing. That was the only surprise for, was it season 6 that happened? It was the only surprise was that it seemed like he's doing a great job of manipulating the girls into hating each other, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, we were manipulating you the whole time. Like, I didn't see that coming, and also I should have, because there was no reason for him to be in the show after he delivered Sansa to Winterfell and saved Winterfell. He was just kind of there, and just seemed like the storyline kind of ended. So
Sure.
I was surprised and then not surprised.
But I
that
wanted
he
him.
died.
I wanted him on the throne.
Okay. I have a couple of other better options than Bran. Going to what you said earlier about having somebody smart and wise on the throne, a better choice than Bran? Samwell Tarly. Oh, man. You want a smart guy on the throne? You want some... No. Okay, here let me do my Tyrion stories pitch. All right, because Tyrion's like, oh, what
Put
are
the
we?
big book on the table.
Yeah,
y'all.
When we were watching it, we both yelled out bullshit. When it's like, it's called a story, Song of Ice and Fire.
Oh, nah. We were kind of on board with the episode, and then that happened. I was like, nah, I'm good.
You can't just straight
Just a
rip
big old
Tolkien
book.
like that.
You
Come
just
on.
ripped Tolkien in a pretty, like,
Come on.
yo. Anyways, sorry,
Anyways.
to your point.
So Tyrion gets up there. What are we all in the end? We're stories. He cribbed that from the doctor, by the way. That was a left doctor speech. Fine. You want a good story for a good ruler, something that everyone kind of rally around, the country can rally around?
Yeah.
Here's a story for you. A guy whose family thought he was good for nothing, wouldn't be able to provide it all. He sucked, so they sent him away to the Night's Watch.
Yeah.
And where this guy not only does he go beyond the wall and survive,
He kills the first Night
he
King.
kills the first
Night-
White Walker.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Kills a White Walker on his own. Defends the helpless, the weak, the women in need, women and children in need. Comes back, discovers the weakness to all the White Walkers, and then finds the source of all of it. He's the one that finds out where all the dragon glass is. And then learns all this amazing stuff, plus cures Ser Jorah of Grayscales.
Yeah.
And is the only one brave enough to do it. And then, not only that, he goes back north, steals all the knowledge, goes back north to save everybody, and against his better judgment, goes to the front line of the giant battle of Winterfell, survives, marking untold dozens of whites, and comes back and saves the day. You want a wise ruler, Samwell Tarly is your man. In another universe, Sam would be a Green Lantern. Absolutely.
I think he'd be a White Lantern.
No, he has the ability to overcome great fear.
Yeah.
And Sam was
does
he was a very scared character, and time and again,
Yeah.
he overcame
thing.
that fear to do what needed to be
you
done.
are giving a spectacular argument.
Thank you.
But then you meet the man, and you go, nah, he's a great Grand Maester.
No, I mean he's great at that. But I'm saying you want a more personable person on the throne.
If you're talking stories, you put up a very good argument. But then I gotta look that man in the eye and shake his hand, and he's the king. I just don't think he's got it in him.
I think he does have it in him.
And then coming from a Tarly myself,
I can see that.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be a good king. I'm just saying.
Sam would have a great small council. I mean, pretty much the same council that Bran has. But Bran would be his master of whispers.
I can't believe they gave Highgarden to Bronn. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I can't believe he actually did it.
Well, they're all dead.
Dude,
all the Tyrells are dead.
I can't believe
Super dead.
that Tyrion actually did that. That is so irresponsible. That is so irresponsible.
Well, who's left?
Dude,
There's like three dozen
I'm just
people
saying,
in Westeros
it's just
right
not,
now.
It's not cute. It's just not a great idea. It's so bad. And I love the guy, but wow, that's a bad idea. Yeah, but Baelish should have been Baelish.
Varys would also been. I think Varys would have been a good ruler as well, because he's all about the realm. He's chaotic good.
Yeah,
but he probably would have been a good leader. He'd be like a shadow leader, but still, he'd be a good leader.
Yeah, I still think. Well, I still think it should have just been Jon, and it should have been Jon, and I would have had Varys as his hand of the king, and not Tyrion.
Yeah,
Tyrion is like, hey, you need to go get. You need to start rewriting the Lannister legacy. You need to go back to Casterly Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Get your shit together.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I thought it was going to go down. I understand Jon not taking the throne. I get it. It wasn't as satisfying.
No, it wasn't. Because Jon, at every turn, was kind of thrust into a position of power that he didn't want, but he stepped up and performed anyways and saved countless lives time and again.
Yeah.
So even though he didn't want to be king, if people are all like, dude, there are 50 people left in Westeros. We need a leader. You're amazing.
Yeah.
Please do it. We need help. He'd been like, I don't want this, but I can only refuse the call so often.
Yeah.
All right, I'm the king. Let's do this, guys. We got this. Okay, so as we kind of wrap everything up here, as we're kind of, 25 minutes. What storylines didn't work out at all for you for the story, because like there was a lot of this dangling plot threads.
I mentioned it earlier. Just the Lord of Light stuff just really bummed me out.
That was it.
Because like there was supposed to be like she was supposed to find like the prince that like was gonna bring upon. It was very clearly John, and I just don't understand like why even bring in all of that religion stuff if it's like not gonna matter at all. Like it doesn't. Yeah, she lit the swords up and then lit the fires that like kind of slowed down the bad guys and then walked out into the. I was like, what? Why did we even do any of that?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they brought back what's his name a bunch of times so he could save Arya and destroy the Night King. That makes sense.
Sure.
But like, it just seems like a lot of things were so important and then they ended up not being important.
You know, speaking of that, you know what seemed really important but turned out not to be that important? The whole Army of the Dead. Why do I say that? Well, the whole story was built on, hey, these 7 kingdoms are bickering, but this massive menace is coming, and it's going to take everyone rallying around each other to defeat it. It's like, okay, cool, this is where the whole show's going.
Yeah.
And we finally get to that point, and who defeats the Army of the Dead? Like 40,000-ish Northerners,
Yeah, it wasn't that
wildlings.
Granted, they had intel. But
Sure,
also,
but not that much.
Man, the Night King should have known better. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just saying, the Battle of Winterfell was kind of boring.
You don't show up with all your homies. Like you can, dude. I'm just saying, all of your White Walkers could have taken care of all of those guys in there without you having to risk your neck in order to kill. Even if he has to be the one to kill the Three-Eyed Raven, whatever. You can get your homies to go out and get them and then bring them back to you. It just seemed a little too convenient. I think at the end of the day, we needed a season last year to justify this season.
Sure. Yeah,
really,
and it didn't. Yeah, I feel like the whole 2 main storylines of the battle for the 7 kingdoms and the battle against the Army of the Dead were the 2 main things, and they could have either converged to be solving it at the same point.
Yeah.
Or they should have been switched.
I just kind of saw it coming when I looked online and I was like, oh, Game of Thrones is coming back. How many episodes? 6? That's it?
Well, they're all about 90 minutes long.
Yeah, but one's
still.
just one big fight.
Yep.
A lot of them are just big fights. They spent, we watched 25 minutes of her burn that city. You know what I'm saying?
Unnecessarily, yeah.
Oh, wow, did we have to watch Arya be scared for a long time? I was like, yo, there's other stuff going on. Yo, why are we watching this Euron Greyjoy guy fight
Jaime, man.
Who cares? Oh, this character that literally came out of nowhere 2 seasons ago. Why are we supposed to care about him?
Yep.
Yo, like you're not using your time wisely, Game of Thrones.
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
Could not care less about Pirate Kano.
Pirate Kano?
Go away. Go away. You're annoying. You're annoying.
We've been playing too much Mortal Kombat.
We have been. Also, I think Jaime shouldn't have died. I like his character arc. Jaime's character arc was really great, and it finished off with Brienne, like them having the night together, and like him, like
I don't think Cersei should have died either.
You know what? She could have lived or died, but Jaime definitely should not have died because his redemption arc came all the way around. He did great, and then even like if I'm fine with him like attempting to save Cersei and failing, but not dying for it.
Yeah,
I felt bad about that. Yeah, so guys, if you stuck with us for almost the past half hour about watching all this stuff, thank you for watching. What were your thoughts on
how'd
all
you like
of
it?
Game of Thrones?
Because I didn't hate it.
No! Well, again, just super whelmed. Super very whelmed about it. I have a lot of thoughts about how this could have been better. Just because they had
More than with the half hour we just did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean...
I'm not making another video.
I'm not. No. You don't have to. But I've been thinking about, like, what would have made this better? If you want me to, like, just write some stuff down, like, how to make this better, how the Battle of Winterfell should have been, let me know. I'll put some time into that.
That's really how to get in the good graces of creative types out there. Just tell them how they could have made their stuff better.
They could have done a better job. I'm just saying, the pieces they had, they could have done a better job. But let me know. I'll put that stuff together. I'll make it up because I really want to do that kind of thing because there were mistakes made and I want to fix them. But let us know your comments below or hop in our Discord channel. We're lots of fun, cool people. We're talking about lots of fun, cool stuff, especially all of Game of Thrones right now. We'd love to have you join that discussion. The link is down below in our description box. And while you're down there, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Do that, YouTube.
Ring the bells! Ring the bells! Somebody ring the bells!
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can ring the bells all you want. We're gonna burn your internet to the ground.
No!
Yes,
We're giving up!
all those innocent websites, burn! Burn!
No, Mom!
Yeah, that was too much. Like, look, we know she did a bad thing, but like, I just want to be like, yo, how many innocent people are we gonna have to watch get torched?
All of them.
Just that guy walking out that was like,
By the way, I've got no back.
the guy's having a bad day. Real bad day.
You think?
Oh man, now I'm late for work. Oh no, I gotta go. Oh man, oh Carol's gonna be so mad I'm late. Oh man, oh, I'm the only one that has keys to the store. Oh, that Best Buy isn't gonna open itself. Oh god, oh no. Okay,
Do that YouTube that you do.
yeah,
so
that
well.
part. We'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.